Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Evening Goose. Once again, I am your host, Andrew Ginsberg. I'm a former tech employee turned stand-up comedian, and now I spend all my time diving into the latest and greatest stories in AI, technology, space, religion, psychedelics, and beyond. And for today's episode, I thought to myself, let's have a little fun. My friends, we're going to be talking about the mystery of the Denver International Airport. Yes, the Denver International Airport. Truthfully, this is what got it all started for me, folks. This was the first internet conspiracy I was a part of like 12 years ago, reading everything I could about the Denver airport and the mysteries and the weirdness and the gargoyle in front of it and the horse with red eyes who killed its sculptor, and we'll get into all that in the video. Now, not only did Denver have a perfectly functioning airport, the Stapleton International Airport, that was torn down for unknown reasons to make way for this new gigantic airport. This thing cost $4.8 billion to build. $2 billion over budget, funded by private contractors who we don't know much about. A lot of people think it's hiding way more than just the world's last sizzler. So folks, without further ado, let's get into it. Like I said, before DIA, Denver had the Stapleton International Airport. It wasn't small by any means, 6 runways, international flights, but it was boxed in by neighborhoods and it couldn't expand. Also, its runways were too close together to handle simultaneous landings in bad weather. So with this logic, Denver built DIA, 25 miles from the downtown in the middle of an open prairie. Now, does this really explain why Denver needs a gigantic airport in the middle of nowhere? Not necessarily. Now, did you know that during the construction of the Denver International Airport, several of the buildings and underground structures were built wrong? And as explained by the airport itself, instead of tearing them down, they were built over and buried. The official explanation was that it was way cheaper to bury all these structures than to demolish them entirely. The conspiracy explanation from the crackheads on the internet, like myself, they were intentionally built for underground facilities. UAP hangars, FEMA bunkers, secret government sites, or maybe something even stranger. Let's talk about the plaque that piqued my whole interest in this subject to begin with. In the Jeppesen terminal sits a granite dedication marker with the Freemason square and compass symbol and the words New World Airport Commission. The Freemasons are a centuries-old fraternal order, often linked in conspiracy lore to hidden political influence. The New World Airport Commission doesn't appear to exist anywhere outside of the airport's ribbon-cutting ceremony in 1994. Officially, they say it just honored local business leaders and a New World Symphony event. Unofficially, people like me see New World, and for some reason, they start thinking New World Order, kind of a strange thing to have on a plaque in front of the airport with no real clearly defined agency behind it. Oh yeah, and one more thing I forgot to mention, of course, how could this escape me? There's also a sealed time capsule underneath the plaque. Yes, that's true, and it's not meant to be opened until 2094. Another thing that's pretty weird about the airport, they do have a demonic horse guarding the airport when you drive in. Just a little on the nose. If you're gonna have a weird conspiracy, demonic airport, do you need to have a giant scary horse with red eyes standing in front of the entrance? I mean, come on. Outside the airport is this 32-foot tall cobalt horse. Nothing says have a safe flight like a demonic statue. The official name is Blue Mustang, which also sounds like some weed, but everyone in Denver calls it Blucifer, appropriately. The artist, Luis Jimenez, and I'm not making this up, died in 2006 when the horse collapsed on him and severed an artery in his leg. I don't know what that has to do with any of this conspiracy stuff, but I'm just saying, it doesn't help. It really just, that whole story just doesn't help. So, pretty weird horse. Next, there's the freaky murals. I remember when I went to see these for myself back in like 2015. Here I am. These are Leo Tanguma's murals. Children of the world dream of peace and in peace and harmony with nature. They're massive, they're vibrant, kind of have no place in an airport while you're eating a Sbarro waiting to get to Cleveland. Tanguma says they're about moving from war and destruction to peace. Conspiracy theorists and crackheads on the internet say it's predictive programming for what's to come. Hints of disasters and the reset after. When this airport opened, it had a 17-mile underground automated baggage system that was meant to revolutionize air travel. And it was a disaster. Bags were torn apart, skis ended up at the wrong gates, and TV crews filmed luggage flying off jammed conveyors. It delayed the opening by 16 months and was mostly scrapped by 2005. Official story, bad engineering. Big mistake, our bad. Conspiracy version, the tunnels were never really for luggage. Come on, guys. They were meant for moving military equipment or a big UFO like in the Bob Lazar story, or food, or something besides luggage. Do we really need the best, most rapid-fire automated luggage system in the world? Really? No pun intended, but let's dive deeper into the tunnels, the bunkers, and the fact that the airport is just too big. This airport is so big that it could have 12 runways, but it only uses 6. Underground trains in service are normal for an airport, but the sheer amount of unused land fuels massive conspiracy theories about what they're actually doing with this space. People believe that these underground bunkers might actually be connected to other sites throughout the country. Also worth noting, like all good conspiracies, some aerial photos get compared to a swastika. Aviation engineers insist it's just runway geometry meant to optimize for wind coverage. Let's seriously hope so. Also worth mentioning that at baggage claim there's little gargoyles peeking out of the suitcases. Kind of unnecessary. 2019, the airport thought it would be funny to lean into this stuff a little bit more, so they created Greg the Gargoyle, an animatronic robot that jokes with the travelers and sometimes answers their conspiracy questions. They've also done conspiracy-themed social media campaigns and walking tours, but I'm not buying it. I don't like it when companies do this, lean into the thing. Don't patronize me, Denver Airport. We know there actually are lizard people down there. So, is the Denver International Airport just an overbuilt airport with really weird art, a murderous horse, a failed baggage system, and a PR team that just thinks this is all funny? We don't know, but there's only one way to find out. Go to the Denver International Airport for yourself, take a few pictures with all the weirdo stuff around there, and lean in, baby, because one way or another, the truth is coming out. I'm Andrew Ginsberg. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, support the channel. Check out my other videos around AI, drugs, psychedelics, religion, whatever, and become, part of the community here, gooseheads. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.